So the last lesson in this unit is dividing the polynomials. We just got done reviewing the multiplying. Dividing is very similar, but you just divide instead of multiply. So you are going to divide the coefficients. And let's see if you remember this. When you multiply, you add your exponents. So when you divide, you subtract your exponents. So you're going to divide the big numbers, the coefficients, and then subtract the exponent. It is just like distributing, but instead of multiplying, you're going to divide. Okay. So look at the first one. You're taking this whole thing divided by 3r. And here's my pep talk is going to be the same as I always do. You have to write this down so that you can see what's happening. Usually people are like, oh, I can do it in my head. No, write it down. You're going to take the first term, the 3r squared, and you're going to divide that by 3r. This is what we're dividing by. And then we're going to have minus 15r divided by 3r. You're taking both terms, both of them, and dividing them by 3r. And then it's like two separate problems. So let's just look at the first one. Bless you. What's going to happen to these 3's? They cancel. You could put a 1 if you want to, but you don't have to. And then you subtract the exponents. Now this one would be a 1. So 2 minus 1 is 1. So it's just r. Or you could put r to the 1 if you want to. Yeah, I don't like when it's a different variable than x, but we'll deal with it. All right, minus. Now you're dividing. 15 divided by 3 be 5. And then what happens to the r's? Yeah, they cancel. And so this is your answer. R minus 5. Yeah. You have an r here and an r here. They canceled out. Well, yes, you can think of it that way. This is a 1 and this is a 1, and 1 minus 1 is 0. So they're gone if you want to think of it that way. But they are gone. All right, let's try it again. This one has 3 terms. You're going to take the a squared and divide it by 7a. Plus, and then you're going to take the next term and divide it by 7a. And then minus 28 divided by 7a. And then it's 3 separate problems. And again, it's about organization more than anything else. So looking at that first one, there's no number up here to divide with the 7. So it's just not, like nothing's going to happen with that. You're just going to leave the 7 where it is. Do you get what I'm saying? There's nothing to combine with it. All right. So the 7 is just going to stay in the denominator. You're going to treat it like a tug of war. Which side is winning? The top by how much? 1. And you don't have to write the 1 if you don't want to, but you can. You can write a to the first if it pleases you. All right. Plus, what do you notice is happening with the second one? Now, in this case, the whole thing cancels. You have to put a 1 there. That's a not optional 1 because you have to have something there. Okay, so that's a not optional 1. If the whole thing is gone, you have to put a 1 there. All right, minus. Now this one we can actually divide. 28 divided by 7 is 4. The a doesn't combine with anything, so it just stays where it is, which is the denominator. You just keep it where it is. And then that's your answer. It's just 3 totally separate things. If you want to work ahead of me, you can, but you have to. No, we're going to do all these problems. Okay. So look at the next one. It's written a little bit differently. It has a fraction bar instead. I actually kind of like when it's written this way instead. You have 3 totally separate terms here that you're going to divide. Again, I always get somebody that's like, I can do it without writing the middle step. Don't try to do that. It only takes a minute to write it down. Just write it down. So you're going to take this first term divided by 3s squared t squared minus, and then you're going to take this middle term, 15s squared t divided by all of that. And then plus 24t cubed divided by all of that. Sorry, I'm not saying it again. But do you see how I just wrote it 3 times? Like you're dividing each term by that stuff, the 3s squared t squared. Just write it out. It won't hurt you at all. Okay, and then I can give you credit for the work even if your answer is not quite right. And you're going to treat it like 3 totally separate problems. Sorry, this is where people end up working ahead of me a little bit, and I can't tell it, like, since everyone's writing, I can't tell. Did you write the problem down? Okay, I just don't want to rush anybody. So look at the first one. 9 divided by 3 is 3. Good. Look at the S's. It's a tug of war. Which side wins? The top by how much? 1. I'm not going to write the 1, but you can if you want to. And then what happens to the T's, the T squareds? They cancel, they're gone. So there is nothing in the denominator. If you want to leave that over 1, you can, or you don't have to. Again, writing those 1s most of the time is optional. Minus, then you're going to do the second one. 15 divided by 3. 5. What happens to the S's? They cancel. And then T's, treat it like a tug of war. Which side wins? The bottom by how much? 1. So T to the first, or just T goes on the bottom. Plus, then you're going to do the last one. 24 divided by 3. 8. Good. I don't see another S. Do you see how there's an S squared here, but there aren't any other S's? Yeah. What does that mean? Yeah. It's just going to stay where it is. Don't move it. Don't change it. Just stays where it is. And then the T's. Which side wins? The top by how much? 1. You can write the 1 or not. Let's try it again. Write out the middle step. Like, why does she say this over and over? Because I want you to get the right answer. And if you don't write it, you probably will like do a copy error or just do it wrong in your head. You're going to take the 12a cubed b, divide it by 4ab. And then take the second term and divide it by 4ab. And then take the third term and divide it by 4ab. Anyone can write the same things 3 times. You can do it. I promise. I believe in you. And I'm going to pause there until everyone's done writing it. The problem is then people work ahead of me and I'm not sure when we've finished writing the problem. So do this like 3 separate problems. The first one, 12 divided by 4. 3. Which side wins for A? The top by how much? 2, right? And then what happens to the B's? They cancel. Plus, now we're going to do the middle one. 16 divided by 4 is 4. And then what? A's cancel, and then I think you said the answer back there, it'll be B squared. Good. Minus 8 divided by 4 is 2. A's and B's cancel, so just 2. That's it. No, it's really not. You just have to stay organized, and like people, what happens is people go, oh, this is actually pretty easy, and then they want to skip steps. Don't do that. If we do one more and it seems like you're okay, I'll just do the word problem and we'll skip that one. Again, do you guys get that the point of notes is for you to understand what's going on? That's the whole point. It is not a time filler or for me to torture you. It's for you to understand what's going on. So we have to do enough so that you get it. So write it out. Take each term and we're going to divide them all by 3x. And then you just treat it like 3 totally separate problems. So this will be 2x squared. Good. Minus 4x. Good. Just x. You can write a 1 if you want to. And then plus 8. The x is canceled. Cool. All right, we'll just do the word problem. Again, the mathematics with word problems is not any different. You just have to read, okay? The area of a rectangular whiteboard is given by this. That's the area, that's like the answer. The width of the board is 5t. Find the length. So it would be length times width equals area, but we have the area. We're trying to go backwards and get one of the other dimensions. So you're going to take each of these and divide it by 5t. So 5t was one of the dimensions. We want the other. It's basically like, here's what's going on is you have this whiteboard where this is the area. And we were given that the width is 5t this is the thing that we are trying to find. Do you get what I'm saying? Like one of the sides is what's missing. Anyway, we're going to divide. So what do you get for the first part? 3t, good.
Oh, you have to solve it plus 20.
Plus, and then this would just give you 4. The t's would cancel.